Hi, I'm Sara with Bob Clements International, and today we are going to talk about lost sales in the parts department. If that doesn't get your blood flowing, I don't know what will. Why in the world are we talking about lost sales in the parts department? Lost sales are one of the most overlooked pieces of information that you need to run an effective parts department. Think about it. If we don't know what parts people are coming in and asking for and we're not able to deliver, what does that do to our parts inventory? We can never be in a place that has a solid parts inventory if we are not tracking lost sales. You sit here and you go, Sarah, I feel like we're competing against the internet all the time. It's because you don't have the parts that you need when your customers need them. We look at a number when we're working with dealerships called the fill rate out of stocking inventory. Basically, that tells us what percentage of the time a customer walks in, gets the part they need, and leaves the dealership with the parts and a big old smile on their face. For most dealerships, the fill rate out of stocking inventory is between 80 and 85%. But in reality, it needs to be in that 90 to 95% range for you to compete against the internet consistently. Your manufacturers, most of the time, are in that 95% range, meaning 95% of the time when you need a part, they have it. And if we want to figure out our fill rate out of stocking inventory, we have to have, you guessed it, lost parts sales. So how do you go about tracking lost parts sales? Well, there's a few different ways you can do this. Number one, if you have a business management system or a dealer management system, like from our friends at Constellation, you have it so easy. This is like you pushing the easy button for your dealership. There is a place in your software that you can simply insert that you had a lost sale and what that part was. So incredibly simple. If you're in the process of implementing business management software, what I would encourage you to do is simply take a legal pad and write down throughout the day the parts that customer came in and asked for or the service department asked for that you were not able to fulfill. And then at the end of the day, come up with a process to make sure that you are putting that in your business management system or whatever your inventory management system is currently. This is so critically important. The other thing is this allows us to make sure that we are ordering parts correctly for our dealership. Most dealerships have phase in, phase out numbers for parts in the parts department. Typically, this is 3 demands over 90 days. So if someone comes in, asks for a part, you don't have it, you say, sorry about that, move on. They go online, order the part because we all know they're not gonna actually wait for the part. And then that happens 2 other times, or maybe the service department is in there as once. Most dealerships would then at that moment start phasing in a part. The opposite is true as well. If there is less than 3 demands over the course of 90 days, we will start phasing out the part. But lost sales are critical in order to figure out where we need to phase in parts for our parts inventory. Finally, when you think about tracking lost sales in your dealership, you need to make sure you have checks and balances in place. I get it. You get busy. Customers come in. At the end of the day, especially in season, you go, Sarah, the last thing I want to do is check and make sure that I'm accounting for all my lost part sales. I get it. But again, this is so critically important. So make sure that at least once a week, you are having a quick conversation with the people at your parts counter, and maybe it's just you at the parts counter, to make sure that you have inputted all the lost parts sales. If we're starting from nowhere with this, where we haven't been tracking it up to this point, just start somewhere. You are going to create a better parts inventory and a better customer experience if you track the lost parts sales in your parts department.